Hello world! This is going to be a very unusual video. Today I am working on my budgeting app. So originally I wanted to build an actual web app in React and everything. And then I realized what I need here is just a simple prototype, and I can get that done with just Spreadsheets. So here we go. I was able to write a Ruby script that copies all of my data from my bank account into this spreadsheet. Now, I'm doing this manually with a script because I live in Slovakia and I have this bank with an API, and it's very easy to use, and it's just different from what you guys have anywhere else in the world. So for me, it is copying data from a bank, putting them into Google Sheets using a Ruby script, and then I can see them here like that. Let me make sure that I'm recording this. Okay. All right, well, that's the flat table with all the data, and if you go here, we got budgets, and that's what's going to be interesting because I have a really good idea how to do this. I haven't seen other apps doing like that, but what I want to do here is I have groceries, and the type of this budget is monthly, and I want to add something like car repairs. But for car repairs, it won't be monthly because it doesn't make sense to track that on a month-to-month basis, because most of the time you have no car repairs expenses, but sometimes you can have a very high expense. So we'll track it year by year. That makes a lot more sense, and we'll budget something like 500 euro for that every year, so that I can kind of count on that every year. If I have an older car, it makes sense. I don't have an older car, but just an example. And now what we'll do here is this will show you, actually don't need these two anymore. So this one will show you the current spending in the current period. So today we have August 26th, and it looks like I've spent almost 200 euro on groceries, and my budget was 200, so good job me. The month is almost over, but I haven't gone through my budget yet. And these previous months have bad data because it's not all categorized. Okay, so the part I'm working on now is figuring out the start and end date for my period. So for a month, I just hardwired it using this formula, end of month. But it's going to be a little more complicated for things like years and quarters, and for that reason, well, I want to avoid doing like a bunch of if statements, even though on the second thought it might make sense, because what I started doing here is a little more complicated. I built a whole table that gives me start and end dates for all my period types, but then I have to use all these H and V lookups to get it. So I'm starting to think it might make sense to use something like if here, in order to just look at this cell and decide what type of period it is, and then use the appropriate formula. And you can see that each period type has different formula. The quarter has some math. I just copied this from Google. And a year is pretty simple. I wrote that myself. Good job, me. So I guess we could stuff all this into our little formula, into our huge formula here. I guess it would make more sense because now I'm really sick of all that lookups. So we'll do this again. Period start and period end. I just want to break it up a little bit. So period start will be this one. I did not copy it. So this is the period start. Did I copy this time? Very well, I did. So as we can see here, actually let's do +1 here, and this will give us August 1st. So this is where the period started, and this is when it ends, but this cell is wrong. It's going to be D, and we'll get rid of +1 at the end, and we'll get rid of -1 right here. So this is when the period ends. Now, all right, Excel ifs. I think there's a thing called ifs exactly, but this is in Slovak. Let's go for this one. Let me check my phone real quick. Okay. All right, so ifs. No, this is just for multiple conditions. Wait a second. Something is true, value if true one. Oh, no, yeah, this is what I need. This is good. This is good. So we'll do what? Let's just test this first. We'll do another one right here, and we'll do like is month, question mark, and we'll just do the same thing for is year. I just want to test the ifs because it's the first time I'm using something like that. So ifs, and we'll do this guy equals m, and we'll say just 1. Good. Copy here. That doesn't work. Why? No match. Oh, I think we need to add like a default thing at the end. No. I want a default value. Okay, so we just do true at the end, and by default it's 0, so like that. Great. So we'll do the same thing for years. Actually, this is going to be B, and this is going to be year. And great. So let's write another one. Oh, never mind. Okay, let's work on this huge formula now for period start. So we'll do it like this. We'll get rid of that, and we'll do ifs, and we'll do B8 equals M, and in that case we use that. And for the default, we'll just use something. I think we can just use NA. Whoa, not good. Interesting. So it doesn't look like a date. Maybe we can just switch this to date. Oh, okay, that worked. Did it? It did. Okay, great. So now we have a date. And we'll continue here. And we'll go to the calendar screen, and we'll copy the... complicated. So we'll copy the quarter start formula. So the quarter start formula will be entered after B8 equals Q. And if it equals Q, this is going to be the formula. Hold on. Oh, Excel can be so complicated. B1. Okay, never mind. So the D7 is like how far back we're looking. So it basically tells me, okay, no, all right, let me actually rephrase that. So D7, hold up, no, yeah, D7 is used here. And this tells me how many months back for a case of months. For case of quarters, it tells me how many quarters back. For case of years, tells me how many years back. So that's simple enough. Well, simple. Nothing in Excel is simple. All right. All right. Well, we have now we've covered month and we covered quarter. So perfect. Let's cover year start. We'll copy this and we'll insert it right here at the end. So we'll do Y and we'll do that. And instead of B1, we're using D7. This is my period delta. So now all cases should be covered. So let's add like a quarterly budget. I don't know what that might be in reality. Maybe someone would have like a clothing quarterly budget. So let's just imagine that's the case. How much would a person spend on clothing a quarter? I don't know, maybe something like that. Doesn't matter. All right, we'll copy this. Hold up, one more thing. So period. The D7 needs to be anchored. Well, D is fine, but the 7 needs to be anchored. So 7, and 7. All right, let's copy from here to here. Oh, okay. So this is going to be B8 equals here, and then this, everything else is fine. So let's copy this one here. All right, and all right. Ha, okay. Well, I'm kind of proud of myself. I didn't expect this to work on the first attempt, but it did somehow. Okay, change a few things now. So now we need to shift these. So basically, I think I'll just anchor them. I'll make sure that B, the column B, should be anchored in any case. Just like that. And what else needs to be anchored? Let's try doing that. So this looks good. It's also the D7 was supposed to be anchored. So, well, actually, wait, what is this? Oh gosh. No, it doesn't need to be anchored. We'll just need to shift it a little bit. When we copy to the period end, we'll just shift to make sure it's still D. All right, good. So we'll also modify the period end function because it's still showing the start. So let's get back to month end formula, copy that. Actually, I could just do this myself. It's easy enough. So let's just that, and we get rid of +1. Oops. All right, hold up. Let's work on this one. Okay, so period end is going to be D7 plus nothing. Good, that works. Let's copy to quarter. End of quarter is more complicated. I don't know how it works. I don't care how it works. I just know that it works. So end of quarter is this guy. And we're replacing B1 with D7. So D remains, 7 is anchored. Is 7 anchored? Why is 7 anchored? Yeah, it is. Never mind. All right, so D7, D7, D7. Okay, I think. Oh, that's not the end of the quarter. Let's try that again. End of quarter. It works here, so it works there. So let's go back to budgets and let's try that again. End of quarter. D anchor 7. So D anchor 7. D anchor 7. Go. So can you work? Nope, it doesn't work. What's wrong? Let's see here. So if B8 is quarter, I wasn't copying into the quarter cell. Good, that works. I was copying into year cell, and year should be very easy to fix. That's just like year, end of year. We'll just replace this with 12 and this one with 31, and that should give us the end of the year. So this should work. Looks like that works. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. All right. So I think we'll just I can get rid of these two. Now we need to copy this long formula into this one. That will actually do all the math. Oh, okay. Geez, a little complicated. What is G7 referencing here? Oh, all right. So G7 is referencing the current delta. So we have the same formula here. This one is referencing D7, and 7 should be anchored. Okay. All right. Here, we'll change this to greater or equals. And all right, so let's get the starting date. It is going to be this complicated. We'll have to grab this entire thing. Actually, I'll just grab this one. All right, so it has to be greater than that. Oh my gosh. Why is Excel like, I need multiple lines or something. Can we do that? Oh, okay, very good, very good. And so can I actually format this a little bit? Is that possible? So for example, if I wanted to do something like that, can I? Not very easily, but I suppose I could a little bit. Well, are you supposed to do that in a spreadsheet? I don't know, I'm a programmer. Well, we'll give it a try, maybe. All right, so this is my super long formula, and then it needs to be so less than that. Okay, all right, fair enough. Maybe not everything needs to be on a separate line. Actually, this one should be together, and these should be together as well. Good, this is good enough. All right, so this is the, let's check check all these references. So B8 refers to the type of our budget. So B8, should this be anchored somehow? I think B should be anchored, probably. So we'll anchor that. All right, then we have D7, and that's fine. I think this is fine. All right, so let's get also period end formula. And we'll put it, where is my super complicated formula? Is it this one? It's this one, okay. So it needs to be less than this. Okay, so B8 is anchored now. D7 is also anchored. So everything looks good to me. All right, this number hasn't changed, so that's good news. Okay, we can get rid of these two guys, delete these. And now we should be able to copy this huge formula into these cells, and everything still looks the same. So that means we did a great job there. Well, I'm actually excited about this. Never thought I'd be excited about spreadsheets, but I am. All right, let's find some category that is going to be more interesting. Let's look for coffee. Let's see how much money I'm spending on coffee. So that would be a monthly budget, and I'll give myself 30 euro every month to spend on coffee. So we'll copy all these, and here we go. Looks like this month I spent 63 euro on coffee. So that's quite a bit. Now, one thing I'd like to do here is when I click on this cell, it should just take me to a filtered view of all my coffee spending. That's probably not going to be possible in a spreadsheet, but I could try filter views. Interesting. Okay. Only your view has changed. Okay. All right, so what do I do here? One thing I wanted to know is if I can filter here and still get clear. Like, let's filter to books. And okay, so it doesn't affect my summary table, which is exactly what I was going for. So that means if I'm interested in how the hell did I spend so much money on coffee, I should be able to just do the filter. And there we go. That's how I've been going to coffee shops a bunch. Although this is probably books. Yep. So this is an error in my script because it's the same place as a coffee shop and a bookstore. So this was miscategorized. So if I go back here to budgets, my coffee seems to be fixed and perfect. I was within 30 euro a month. Perfect. All right, let's unfilter. And oops, can we not filter anymore? Can you not filter? Cancel. How do you stop filtering? Select all. Okay. All right, so let's go to budgets. And let's look for another thing I might want to budget. Transportation. So that's like taxes and like the electric scooters and things like that. Also, don't want to spend too much money on this sort of thing because I have a car. So I'll try to stick within with 20 euro and perfect. I'm pretty close. So good job, me. Let's keep going. What do we have? Books. Books is going to be interesting. So books will be, let's try monthly for now. And let's give myself €50 a month, although I think it's kind of too much. Looks like this month I just went way over, but last month I was doing fine. So what I'll do here is I'll change this to a quarterly budget. And let's see, how much money do I want to spend on books? See how that worked beautifully? It just added them up when I changed to quarter. So how much money do I want to spend on books every, or like maybe it should be yearly budget instead. Let's give myself 100. We can do more. We can have 200 per year on books. I think that's kind of reasonable. Well, if I would read them, right? Yeah. All right. Let's clean this up. This is working beautifully so far. So we got books. We got a yearly budget for books. Let's keep going. What else do I have here? Office. All right, let's do like home. So home is one of those categories that makes sense to do yearly, because there's always some home improvements, but it can be kind of erratic in how much you pay for it. All right, what did I spend 200 on home here? That's like, what is it? So we clear here and we look for home and oops, clear and home. Okay. I know this is my weighted blanket, and this I have no idea what it might be. It was it was recently. So what did I pay €113 for? I don't know. I should be adding notes right here so that I would know what it was for. But it looks like it totally blew my yearly budget, because the budget was 200. So let's set that to 500, and we'll see if we can live with €500 of home improvements a year. But anyway, I'm really curious, what was this €113? So I'm just gonna pause this and figure it out, and then I'll let you know. So pause. What? How do you pause? OBS, can you pause? Okay, I'm back. So the €113 wasn't for home. It was in fact my running shoes. So that goes to sports. I think I have a category called sports. Let me check. If I have sports. Sports. Okay, I have sports. So we can go to budgets and add sports, and that would also be a yearly budget, and we'll do 300 or something like that. And we'll see how much we've spent this year so far. 180. How is that possible? Let's do category, clear, and look for sports. And you can notice that I'm already using this as a normal app. It's pretty beautiful. You know, it's just spreadsheet, so that's kind of cool. Okay, I spent something on some stuff here in this store. So, and I know what this is. This is like a competition thing. They give you a reward, whatever. Anyway, so it is a valid budget, 180, but well, no, the 180 makes sense. I spent it on stuff that I wanted to spend it on, so that's fine. Maybe we'll increase this budget, and you can already tell that we're getting into a very interesting place here, that we can use sum here, and we can know how much C3 to C, how much is my total. Well, actually, I wanted to count up my yearly budget here, but I'll have to do it differently. We'll have to do yearly budget, and here we'll do, so I think I just use ifs again. So if this guy is M, that way we'll use budget times 12. Then if B3 is year, we'll just use C3, and if C3, yeah, and if B3 is quarter, we'll use C3 times 4. So this will tell me what's my yearly budget for this category, and then I can do sum D3 to 3, and this is my yearly budget so far. It is? No, that doesn't make sense. What? It's a sum? Okay, that's the problem. D3 to D. All right, so this is so far my yearly budget, and this will tell me my monthly budget, and that's my monthly spending, and that's the number I'm gonna be the most interested in. Well, let's do this. Nope. Format number euro. Format number euro, and maybe we can do it for this entire thing, like that. So format number euro. Great. Actually, we'll do this for everything. So format number. Oh, I already feel like a spreadsheet guru or something. This is so easy. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. So let's look through some more stuff that I spend money on. What else? Did I do transportation? Yes. So let's do utilities. And this definitely makes sense as a monthly budget. So let's just do that. Ooh, okay, that makes sense. So this is just not up to date. I haven't categorized everything. One thing I want to try now is, can we get my uncategorized stuff every month? No, looks like that doesn't work. So I was just wanting to see how many items there are with no category, but it doesn't work. We'll have to modify this formula. It's gonna be somewhere with this sumifs, this A3. Well, I don't know how this is gonna work. Maybe we'll have to go back here and kind of insert. We'll figure it out. We'll see. Anyway, so actually, so let's get rid of it now. So, I mean, yeah, a problem will be to tell us how many things are not categorized yet, of course. All right, but let's keep going here. Eating out is gonna be interesting. So we'll do it right below groceries, and we'll do eating out. And this is going to be a monthly budget, and we'll do another 200 for that. So yearly is that much. Let's just give this little color so it's not that visible. Okay, because it doesn't matter that much. These two numbers are important. The monthly, look at that, we're already at 833 monthly budget. I don't even know how that happened. The utilities is kind of high. It's not my real utilities budget, but still. Oh, this works so beautifully. So did I do eating out? I didn't yet. So let's copy this formula, paste here, and this is much better than I expected. This is way better than I expected, but okay. Another thing we could do is we could estimate our yearly spending based on the current month spending. So we'll do another one here, and we'll do kind of like estimated yearly budget based on this number. So we'll just do, actually, we'll copy this formula right here. We're gonna copy it here without errors, of course. So we'll do B3 here instead, and B should be anchored. So this is, so based on how much money I spent on groceries this month, this is how much I would spend a year. So we can copy this formula everywhere. It doesn't work in some cases, like here. Why doesn't it work here? No match? How is there no match? D7, oh, okay, it's B7, anchor B7, and also here, anchor B7. So we can copy this one and copy it everywhere. And then we have estimated yearly budget, and that means we're gonna add estimated monthly budget. And then we can see how like based on our spending in the current period, where are we compared to what we budgeted or planned. So, nope, this is going to be divided by 12. So like that, and then we can do sum here. This will be F3 to F, and this one will be G3 to 3 to G. Oops, did we do sum? We didn't do sum. Okay, so, and this is where it gets interesting because if you so the thing is, if you look at how much money you spent this month, it doesn't tell you anything about how much you're spending every month. But going through a complicated formula like that, where some things are yearly budgets, some things are monthly budgets, that way you can actually get a good number of your monthly spending. So my current monthly spending based on what I've spent so far is this much, 450, and this is my budget. So based on this, it looks like I'm doing really great. But of course, when it comes to yearly budgets, such as for my books, where I planned 200 and I spent 67, this number doesn't make sense, because if I actually spent 200, then it would be more. Okay, this is getting a little confusing, but we're gonna keep these columns around for now. One thing that kind of bothers me are all these minus signs, but I'm gonna keep them, I think, just because that's how the raw data is entered. It comes from bank as negative numbers, so we'll keep it that way for now. Let's look for some more budgets that we can do. Let's do office. We got office here. So like office supplies and stuff like that, we can do monthly, but it won't be, actually we'll do yearly here, but it won't be much. I don't want to spend too much money on freaking office supplies, right? Everything else, everything is on your computer. So as you can see, I don't spend much on that. So that's perfect. So another great way to think about this is if I want to spend 100 a year for my office supplies, that increases my monthly budget by how much? By 10 euro or something like that. So it kind of makes me stop and think, hey, do I really want to spend 100 euros a year per office supplies, right? And then I can go and set that to 50 and just kind of really control myself to not buy stupid office stuff that I might not even need. Okay, we got investing here, but I might skip that, because that's like not a real expense. We got entertainment. This one will be interesting. So entertainment we'll do monthly for now, and it certainly won't be 50 euro. Let's set it to 20 or something like that. Beautiful. Again, increase my monthly budget by a little bit, but not by much. So perfect. I don't care that much about entertainment. I got a lot of entertainment for free. Software. Let's do software. So this is kind of interesting because it could be both yearly or monthly, because some software is subscription based and other software is one-off purchase. But this is fine. It looks like I'm roughly, actually let's go a couple more months back if I have data. Okay, looks like I have some data. Well, it's not just months, we're also going a couple of years back, just to make that clear. All right, so for software, it looks like there are some recurring expenses, and sometimes I'm buying some software, like apps and things like that. So this might make a little more sense as a yearly budget. Let's set it to 100, and we can see I'm already over that budget. So next, I would want to click here and explore what is the problem. Why did I go over my software budget like that? Okay, anything else? Travel is waking up again after COVID, and this will definitely be a yearly budget, and we'll set it to 100, and we'll copy everything, and we can see I haven't traveled that much yet, but this is making a hole in my monthly budget too. Since I want to spend 1,000 euro a year on travel, it's gonna increase my monthly spending by quite a bit. See, almost 100. So, well, but travel is nice. I'm gonna stick with 1,000 per year on travel for now. Clothing is something else. Clothing, I definitely don't want to spend too much money on. No, not that much. Let's do 500. See what happens there. And I have a bad feeling that I've been spending more than that. Okay, no, I haven't. Perfect. I've spent only something. Well, this is actually not complete data, so there's probably gonna be more. But this is good stuff. This is a good number. All right, let's keep going. We got eating out, clothing, travel, transfers. Transfer doesn't matter. This is just like some payments that I have made with people. Insurance. This is my medical insurance. Yes, you're gonna laugh how cheap that is here. So I think it's about 70 euro per month, but we'll check. And looks like it was 70 euro last month. But I don't know, 76.44 is the budget, but I don't know, it's not processed for other months, so that's completely fine. It still just shows me how much I'm spending a month on this. Okay, I did groceries, travel, sports, donations. I should have much more in this column because that's important, but it is about 50 right now. It's gonna be more. So that's donations, and oh, I'm already over €1,000 a month. No fun, no fun. Well, we also have cash withdrawals, which is kind of weird because it's not real spending, but we'll just say it's just some pocket money, and we'll try to limit that to 20 per month, which looks like we are, so that's good. All right, well, gifts, let's do gifts. Gifts doesn't make sense to do monthly because there's Christmas, there's birthdays, things like that, so we'll do that yearly. And you can see how these little things are just increasing my budget. I already spent that much on gifts this year, and it's going to be more probably, but you can tell that that is really changing this monthly number. Let's give this a nice visible color. So this really tells me how much I'm spending a year, how much I'm spending a month. Okay, we did software, I think. We did gifts. All right, so a bunch of these aren't really categorized yet, but my app is working. I'm really excited because this is just, well, it's a really nice way to look at your finances. So, and that's my prototype. And I originally wanted to build this as a web app, and that would have taken forever. This fixes my problem for now. It fixes this pretty well. Really, what's going to be, I'm gonna add some more little tweaks here. A very important thing will be to add conditional formatting, kind of telling me how much I have left for each budget, or maybe like how much of the month has progressed and how much I've spent in that month. Let's decrease. Oh, actually, I don't know. I spent a lot on eating out. I don't know why I didn't spend too much this month, but so this way I can really tweak my budget and I can just decide where I want to spend less. And you can tell already that I don't have any gas expenses here yet, and I don't have any like technology stuff, and it's because I buy that from my company account. So that's going to increase this stuff some more. So I should connect also my company account and make this a complex picture of my spending. Okay, well, let's run the script again. I want to see if there's anything new for this month. So, okay, we wrote 3 rows. Let's take a look here. We're gonna get rid of the filter. Okay, alrighty. Alright, so these dates are bothering me because they're not really written as dates. So for now, I'll just change that to a date, but it's weird. Alright, so here's a big expense. That's for travel. Let's copy the formatting. Do I have formatting there? I don't know. Is that, alright, so that's, never mind. Travel is not formatted using conditional formatting. That's okay. We can add it actually. Let's add travel. Travel will have what color? Let's do green because it's kind of like transportation. All right. So we'll copy the conditional formatting everywhere. So you can see that some of the old data has categories. It's because I had a Ruby classifier there. I'm not gonna need that anymore. All right, let's get rid of this. This is also not used. So let's go back to budgets, and what changed here is just my travel because I'm halfway through my yearly budget now. So it's maybe time to start being nervous about that. Expenses. All right, well, I could go back. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I classify some old stuff. just to have more data going. All right, well, anyway, it's time to wrap up this screencast. So you saw how a programmer can be nerding around with spreadsheet, and I think it went pretty well. I'm very happy with the result. So we'll go back to normal programming on this channel, but this was fun. Thanks for watching.